Okay, well, what do we know about it? We know that it's by an artist called Chamberlain, because there's a label on the back giving us his name, Christopher Chamberlain.
That's right.
And we know that it was submitted to the Royal Academy in 1952.
Yes.
And we know where it is as well. It's Burn.
The label on the back carries a name few would recognise today. Christopher Chamberlain, born in 1918, trained at the Royal College of Art either side of war service that took him to France and the beaches of Dunkirk. He spent his life painting the streets of London and teaching at Camberwell School of Art, where he rose to principal lecturer and stayed until his death in 1984.
If you look at this, there is a lot going on in it. You've got this fella on crutches. He might be a war veteran, hobbling along the street, and he's avoiding the ladder. There's a bit of humour, you see. He doesn't want to walk under the ladder and lose the other leg. I don't really know. But and then there's this broken down old cart here, which looks like sort of rag and bone or something. Looking at it, do you think you like it?
No. No.
You really don't like it, do you?
No, I don't.
Have you ever looked at it or hung it at all?
No.
1952 was a London still pitted with bomb sites, 7 years after the war and barely a year past the Festival of Britain. A whole school of British painters had set themselves to record the ordinary city, its terraces, its hoardings, its working streets, not as ruins to mourn but as a place coming back to life. A picture its own owner thought too dull to hang has become, in hindsight, a quiet record of that fragile moment.
Manderson and find out, and if not, I only paid £1 for it, so I thought if it's not, I'll just get rid of it.
Get rid of it? What do you mean get rid of it?
Well, put it in the bin or something if it, if it wasn't.
I see. Well, if that's what you're going to do with it, you'd be throwing away 2,000 or 3,000 quid.
Ooh. Looking at it in a different light now.
So none of the explanation worked, but the money did.
As a present to put in my first flat, he went to St Margaret's to a little junk antique shop, and he came back with that.
Before Louis Vuitton was a fashion house, it was a workshop of trunk makers who packed and crated the wardrobes of the wealthy. Vuitton's breakthrough, in 1858, was a flat, lightweight trunk in grey canvas, while every rival still built heavy domed lids. The famous monogram came decades later, in 1896, designed in part to defeat the counterfeiters already copying his name.
So it's got typical sort of quality Louis Vuitton construction. We've got the printed fabric, of course, here, and then we've got these beechwood batons running across the front, and then the banding all over it, and these very strong metal corners. You know, this was a trunk that was made to last and keep things safe and sure inside. So my feelings are it's probably not... You paid 12 whole pounds, or your dad paid 12 whole pounds?
He did.
OK. £3,000?
Wow. It's rather nice. It's going back where it was, though.
Covered up still?
You've watched hundreds of these moments. The ordinary object. The jaw-dropping value. But here's the question we never ask. What's sitting in your home? You don't have to wait for the roadshow to come to your town. In seconds, Velcro tells you what it is, when it was made, and what it could be worth. It's like having the roadshow in your pocket. Open the App Store and search Velcro. VELQO. Or point your phone at the screen. You might be sitting on a fortune.
And we went up to the town hall in Birmingham, and my friend, her father was the electrician at Birmingham Town Hall. He was doing the sound checks and everything for the Beatles, June the 4th, 1963.
Well, of course, it was just the start of their height of their fame, wasn't it? So
yes.
You actually met them.
Jerry and the Pacemakers were sort of on the one side, and the Beatles were on the other, and they were doing their sound checks. And then Jerry said to John, how about we have a water pistol fight?
Right.
So we were racing round. Well, my sister got her autograph book as well as my own.
I think these 4 signatures, they're all perfectly correct. And as you can see, you've got John Lennon on the top there, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, George Harrison. But this one, if you compare them, I think the George, Paul and Ringo Starr are okay. But John Lennon, that is not his signature, is it?
I think one of the others must have scrawled that for him.
Few signatures on earth are forged as relentlessly as the Beatles. By the summer of 1963, the four were besieged for autographs wherever they went, and to clear the crush they often signed for one another, which is why so many sets fail authentication today. What rescues this one is the eyewitness behind it.
But the fact that you've got the four here, you've got the story, they're all on the one sheet as well, which is really, really helpful. I would think that at auction you're probably looking at a minimum really of £2,000 to £3,000 these days.
Gosh, that is amazing.
I've collected jewellery since I was about 8. I started at jumble sales, worked up to junk shops and then 1 or 2 auctions.
What really drives you to buy this?
The beauty and the colour of stones and the fact that they have to go through so much effort to get the stones where
From
they
the
are
ground.
today, yes.
Exactly.
A star sapphire owes its drifting 6-rayed glow to what a gemologist would call a flaw, needle-thin threads of rutile locked inside the crystal, aligned by nature along 3 directions. Cut as a smooth dome rather than facete, the stone gathers the light into a single moving star. Here, the impurity is the entire point.
And I think the thing about precious stones is, and the deep fascination for mankind, is that they're completely unchanging, aren't they?
Yes.
And we know perfectly well that it's us that are the ephemeral things. On this table, this is sand and sugar, isn't it? The sand is the simulated jewellery, and the sugar, the sweetest of all, is the diamonds and the emeralds and the sapphires and the rubies. And here are 3 delicious grains of sugar, aren't there?
Yes.
And this scintillation, this return of light, is really quite an...
The real prize, half hidden among the costume pieces, is a 3-diamond ring, a trilogy, in the trade, the 3 stones standing for past, present and future. Settings like it once carried the most coveted blue of all, the Kashmir sapphire, found in the Himalayas after a landslide in the 1880s and all but mined out within a single decade. With sapphires, origin and colour are everything.
And then, mixed in here, is a valuable ring, without doubt. A 3-stone diamond ring with what look to be perfectly pure and nice stones. And I suppose, conservatively, that must be sort of £6,000 or £7,000 and more, mustn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. So a collection measured in tens of thousands of pounds and tens of pounds. And it's all jewellery, it all lives under the same name, and it gives you pleasure.
In the 1920s, the great Paris jewellers fell for old Chinese jade. Houses like Cartier and Boucheron bought antique carved plaques, worked centuries earlier in the imperial workshops, and reset them in bold geometric mounts of brilliant diamond and matte black onyx. That collision of carved stone against hard black and white was the height of Art Deco taste, old China, recut for the Jazz age.
Now, let me just have a look at these jade pieces, because these are a fantastic colour, aren't they? These are wonderful. Now one small anxiety I've got, and I'm sure you have noticed it, it's got a crack running all the way through it.
In fact, the mount's been made to hold it, because it's got more claws on that side.
And they're very thin slices, aren't they?
Yeah.
These are the sort of things that would have been done in China, and you can wear them as clips for the ears or something, but these have been made into a brooch. And then finally, you've got this terrific Chinese jade carving, which by its quality, look at the detail here, the little birds, the piercing.
And what sort of a flower is that?
Well, they're usually things like lotus flowers. They're usually lotus flowers, and you'd have all sorts of symbols.
And is this a pea, a pod?
The pea pod is there. But what a fantastic thick slab of imperial jade. Well, that really is a staggering collection this one. And this one, I would want to do a little bit of work on it, just to be absolutely sure on this one. But I think this is probably £8,000 or £10,000.
I wear it quite a lot.
Before you go, a quick word that could save you from a costly mistake. Every week, treasures like the ones you just watched are sold at car boot and yard sales for pennies by people who simply didn't know what they had. Don't let that be you. With Velco, just snap a photo of anything in your home, and in seconds you'll know what it really is and what it's really worth. And it's completely free. Point your phone's camera at the code on screen now, or search the App Store for Velco, VELQONO, before you let it go.